Dude, I'm still buzzing over the Stok coffee at Costco. The one complaint I've had about Costco is that I have to go to another grocery store in order to get my cold brew fix. Imagine my surprise. I got my daughter in the shopping cart yesterday. I go past one of the end caps, 2 packs of Stok. I look at the cost. I can't believe my eyes. $11.99 Canadian for 2 1.42 liter containers. I'm used to paying $8.69 per container. It's madness. It's like $17.40 for 2. Instead, I'm getting them for $11.99. There is a downside. It's hard to bulk buy them because of the fact that they have to be refrigerated. So I was only able to get 2, but maybe next week they'll be selling a refrigerator. And then I can really amp it up. Because every 2-pack you buy is saving me $5. So I would be stupid not to buy as many as possible. Every single time I buy it, it's a $5 bill. Most of which will go to the electricity required to cool it, but so true, so true. Streamer, why were you late? I'm not like other streamers. God gives his hardest tasks to his strongest warriors. We're moving tomorrow. We've been in the process of moving for a month, essentially. Tomorrow is the end cap day, where we're actually taking all the stuff that still exists in our house and moving it to a new place. So tomorrow, that's my roundabout way of saying I won't be here tomorrow, but I will be here on Thursday. It's going to be confusing though, because listen, long story short, we're moving, but then my new place is not going to have a desk. I'm getting a new desk. The new desk doesn't come in until like the 2nd week of July, maybe the 1st week of July. So I'm going to still be streaming here for a while, but then one day in the next couple of weeks, we'll move it over. So I actually am, can you believe it? I have to drive to work. It's kind of staggering, right? I'm the only guy who works from home he's got to commute. You're not the only person? No, Dan did it for a while. But then I think he built a home office. I don't know. I actually don't know. Dan's great because he knows that the secret to getting people to like you is to ask them questions about their self. So every time that I talk to Dan, I always mean to ask him questions, but instead he just floods me with questions about my own life. And then I'm like, holy cow, I didn't ask him anything. I had so much curiosity. /marker FFXVI. Hello to the gamers. We're back. We're playing Final Fantasy 16. I don't know if you're still watching this. I don't know if I'm streaming to myself. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, quite frankly, but I'm having a good time. By the way, I hate to inform you of this because I'm sure it'll annoy you, it'll bother you. My view of The Bear Season 2 has officially been pushed back for another 90 days. Can I tell you why? I saw a tweet with a picture of the lead character who is apparently named Carmi. Is that right? And it said, I can't stop thinking about how The Bear Season 2 has working class Carmi in what is clearly an expensive white tee. And I said, nope, you ruined it. I'm never going to watch this show. At least 3 months, I've suspended my intention to view the show because of that person. Just because of that person. This Twitter has done irreparable damage to the ability of people to enjoy media. The dude makes sandwiches. He's wearing a $50 t-shirt. That's taking you out of the show. Then apparently the show's not that good. That's the only thing I can derive from that, okay? Get off Twitter? No, that's where I see funny videos. Did you see the girl wearing the dress that looked kind of like a tennis ball and then the dog hit her with a drop kick right in her chest and knocked her into the pool? I can't leave that kind of content behind. It brightens up my day. This was great about having played Final Fantasy 16 is like by Friday I was probably ahead of a lot of people, but now it's been like 4 days since I played. Everybody else is on the final boss and they can tell me the best way to enjoy it. It's like you've been to the hottest restaurant in town and I'm like, I want the andouille sausage fritters, and you're like, don't get those. Get the Cobb salad, man. The Cobb salad goes crazy here. My father invented the Cobb salad. Yo, you're a Thai Cobb's kid?
This.
I honestly couldn't even tell you what's in a Cobb salad, except I think that its defining element is
gets you an audience with the
hard-boiled eggs.
And it's the dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas in the morning.
Corn. Wow, I had no idea.
We go
Avocado, maybe?
she's a
There's avocado in it?
She's the proud
Corn, hold the
proprietress
cob.
of
Oh, I
Northreach's
get it.
former
I'm
house of
stupid. I don't have any glycogen in my brain. That's why you were saying there's corn in a Cobb salad, because of corn on the cob. Hold the cob. How do you feel about macaroni salad?
Probably cause a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
I'm like,
Let's try not to find out.
I have strong opinions about
Slightly
pasta noodle shape, and I acknowledge them as being insane. I don't think there's any reason for it, but just the shape of macaroni is like disgusting for me.
You two behave now.
The concept of a pasta salad is not something I'm that into to begin with, but like a pasta salad with penne or rotini or something like that, I can sort of like, I can muster the enthusiasm to eat it, but something with macaroni is just like, I just can't do it, man. There's just something about it. I know they're the same. I mean, they're kind of the same. People will be like, oh, the shape of something doesn't change its function. Okay, how about amino acids, dumbass? Owned. He's owned me. I remember in 12th grade, I had a, well, I had biology class, as you might expect. I remember our teacher gave us a question that was like, knowing that changing the shape of proteins, or like, long story short, how would you change the shape of your hair, knowing that hair is made of protein, which is essentially a string of amino acids? My dumb ass said, well, they could invent something that's like a really hot treatment you put on your hair so that it denatures the proteins via the addition of heat, which then leads to the proteins degrading and changing their shape. And then after writing that whole answer, I had an epiphany and said, or I guess you could just cut it. And then I remember my teacher giving me full marks and circling the part at the end and just writing like a smiley face.
Give me one of those fish.
Do you think you could please me, Clive?
She got the damn harmonica around her neck.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred Cleon.
Monica!
You can call me.
My reaction when someone says harmonica. Monica! I am Ja Rule from Too Fast, Too Furious.
Because that's what
Petawawa when a Sheets opens up in town. Don't even start with that, okay?
I have never forgotten that.
Petawawa when a Sheets opens up in town, colon, it's like I was made for this, Thanos.jpg.
And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested.
Now, of all the phrasings you could use,
Unless.
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yeah.
Final Fantasy XVI DLC needs a character who talks like a 17-year-old in 2023.
I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait. What?
Everybody talks like Littlefinger. We need somebody that talks like a 17-year-old TikTok millionaire. For real. So true. Bro, Clive is one of God's strongest soldiers in the IDGAF war. My Phoenix power always gets me kisses. No, it doesn't. See, I told you. Click the link in my bio to get the Phoenix power for yourself. It'll get you unlimited kisses.
Why my new escort? The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you.
Don't make
now,
me do
doesn't
the
it?
ooh no
I'll
spicy
see you
again.
all at sunset.
That's just... That's for sap kind of delusion.
Hold up.
Hey! Dr. Han, I am a god. I'm actually two gods.
Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Get out of my sight.
I just watched the library video on all the TikTok cringe. That's out already? That was like less than like 18 hours ago that I did the bit. That's remarkable. You had to source like 4 or 5 different cringe bits that I didn't even link. You just had to find them, then you got to edit the video and post it.
And even if they had, they wouldn't have
That's
done anything
insanity.
about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have
There were like 10 clips in there.
arrangement.
It's impressive, honestly.
Now, if you'd care to follow me.
The devil works hard, but the librarian works harder. But nobody works harder than the set designers from Greta Gerwig's upcoming film
Doesn't
Barbie.
seem like I have much of a choice.
What do you think's gonna happen to social media if Barbie ends up with like a 39 on Rotten Tomatoes? I don't think it will, because Greta Gerwig has a great track record, but like, anything's possible right now.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling.
What if Oppenheimer gets like a 17? After Christopher Nolan built his own custom atomic bomb and dropped it for the movie.
That won't be
Me watching Oppenheimer on my phone while I'm listening to music on Spotify on my second monitor while I'm playing Final Fantasy XVI DLC at the same time, just like Christopher Nolan intended. She's made 2 movies, one good and one boring Little Women remake. Yeah, but it's not her fault the book is boring. Also, have you ever seen the video? I mean, it's edited, obviously, but the Infinity War theater reaction, but it's when Bob Odenkirk shows up in Little Women. That's a classic. Speak with Isabel! Brother, what have I been doing all stream so far?
Thank you for seeing me through the gates. You saw her before she disappeared.
Okay.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame.
Me when I lose
It
my
wasn't
comb.
anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see,
My
Tatiana was
daughter,
an
when she
orphan.
takes a 1 millimeter by
upon the
1
dame as a
millimeter
mother,
toy outside of the
and
house,
still
and I
young.
say, hold it tighter, you're
So
gonna
she was
lose it.
upset.
And then, like, a minute later,
Brendan
she's
was
like,
older.
Daddy, where's my toy? And I'm like,
Perhaps
oh,
someone else did.
fuck.
Tatiana shared a room.
Where did you drop it?
She's over
Oh,
there,
back
sitting
there.
at the
She's
top.
pointing to like an open sewer grate or something like that. Oh, the sewer grate, really?
Tell us then.
Speak with the traveling trader. Holy cow, dude! Who needs the Maytag when you got this?
Don't think he's a deserter.
Casting a little Galaga on the sheets. Holy. Does she know though that like the wind will just do it for her? Oh, they're slaves. All right, well, my mistake. Ooh, free comb.
Tatiana.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. He said her name was Tatiana.
You. Did you follow me?
Brother, you didn't have to follow you. I can see you from over there.
Unless you think I'd have good reason to.
The town is
But no,
12 footsteps
I
away.
sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things.
Or as they say in Ohio,
Both found who
a
we
short
searching
drive.
for.
Yeah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman. with
Oh.
someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's going to find the man and kill him. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss.
They don't make guys with this kind of hair anymore.
I'll see that
I feel like if you watch a movie in the 80s, all the hot guys had this kind of hair.
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess.
Is it because, like, blow dryers are not that common anymore?
The dame doesn't hold it against us.
Bill Clinton
to
looking
tell
ass. I guess. Hang on, I gotta pet this guy 5 times, right, to get an achievement?
Remember Tatiana by.
I saw the tweet that was like only 38% of Final Fantasy 16 gamers have the trophy for petting the dog 5 times. For me, that seemed really high. I was like, petting the dog 5 times? Like, the average Steam game, like, only 50% of people have the achievement that's like, turn it on.
Do such
Stop making
things
fun of my
have
purple
happy
shirt.
endings.
It's not a purple shirt, it's
I
lavender.
found it.
Hey guys, I'm checking out the new Grimace shirt and... Hey guys, I'm checking out the new Grimace shirt and...
Thank you for returning.
Hard cut here, and then the librarian. This is a hard cut there, and then next is me going.
Have you seen my Chloe? I let her out of her pen while I did my chores, but she hasn't come back yet. I think she's lost. Please, can you help me look for her?
I can't promise I'll find her, but
Points. It's super great.
describe her to me.
Dude, the worst part is like every day my kid falls in love with a new toy,
She lets me stroke her
and
with
if she
massage.
just makes it to the end of the
Such
day,
a good girl.
she's
So
like
quiet and kind.
out of love with it.
She likes
But if she
walking in the
loses
woods.
it during the day,
I know that feels
then like
weird.
that becomes enshrined in her heart as like her favorite toy ever. Like the other day we were at the
She must be
playground and she
starting
picked up
to.
a rock. A rock!
Anything
And she was like bringing the rock everywhere. She was like, come on, rock, come down the slide with me. And then we got in the car to drive home and she said, Dad, can I take the rock on the cruise? And I was like, well, we're not on a cruise. Like we just got off the cruise. But I was like, sure.
That's a lot
You
of
know, you
field
could
to
take the
search.
rock on the cruise. Then that
I've
night,
seen her.
I was like, do you want to take the rock in your crib? She was like, no, I want to take the ghost in my crib. It's like a different toy. So if she just makes it to the end of the day, then like the spell is broken.
You work these
But if she
fields.
loses it, then when we get home, she's like, she had this little toy. It was like a little Sumiko Gurashi, like boba tea thing. And we kept telling her, like, be careful, don't drop it. And then, like, she dropped it, and Kate was like, can mommy hold it? And she was like, no. And then she dropped it, and she lost it. And now, like, twice a day, she's like, I lost tapioca. I'm like, yeah, we lost tapioca, but that means we learned, like, to listen to mommy and daddy all the time, right? She goes, she's lost forever. It's breaking my heart, man. Still remember when... It's Chloe! You okay?
Chloe?
I still remember when she brought a stick home from daycare, and it was literally just like a stick from the ground. And then she was walking up the stairs, and she tripped, and the stick broke in half, and she was like... Ah! She was so demoralized. Kate and I were like sad, but also trying not to laugh, because her reaction was like so disproportionate to the
Is that
trauma she experienced.
someone napping on the job? I hope they don't mind the interruption.
Oh, you're right. It was like a cookie or something. It wasn't a stick. I can't remember. Inspect the body. No. She got the damn Oppenheimer filter.
The crystal's curse.
The Christopher's curse.
Chloe, I was calling you. Didn't you hear me?
What?
Get up now. You've slept long enough. It's time to go home. Chloe? Why did you already turn into a rock? I only made you do a bit of magic. You knew you were my favorite. None of the other Chloes had pretty hair. It could be months before Dad gives me another one. I have to wait until they're too tired to work anymore.
Is that all she was to you? A plaything? Do you really not care that she's dead?
She's not dead. She's a rock.
Dummy.
That? The crystal's curse? That's just how she died. And now she's gone forever. Giving another bearer her name won't change that.
No, don't say that.
Bro, you're making her sad.
And without that brand, she would have been just another girl. Somebody's daughter. Just like you.
Dad said bearers don't have parents.
They do.
She deserves to be sad. Bro, she's a minor.
Families they'll never see again. But you became Chloe's family when you took her
So it's
in.
okay when Clive makes fun of a little kid, but when I make fun of like 14-year-old K-pop stans from Venezuela, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. People are like, oh, you're 34, you're 34. 18 experience. 20 magic ash, though. Just checking. Yes, these are different situations. Right, this is a video game. Whereas I'm a real person.
There's still work to be
I'm not knocking the game for this. It's just a natural part of game design, I guess.
The wolf!
It's so funny to me that people are like, please make for the coast, my boy's in trouble. And then it's like an 8-second walk.
I'll deal with this. Get him. That's it.
But it would be so much worse as a game if it was like, hey, please help, my boy's in trouble, and then they put a marker on your map that was like a 20-minute chocobo ride away. You would be like, come on, man. Have mercy. We would call that game Red Dead Redemption. Dang, someone in chat said Red Dead Redemption 2 ass. I remember, I never played Red Dead Redemption 2, just like a different phase of my life. But I played Red Dead Redemption 1. I gotta be one of the only idiots on the planet that played probably like 40 hours of the multiplayer and like 2 hours of the gameplay, of the single player. So in the single player, every single quest was like, John Marston, there's a snake oil salesman in the damn desert. Ride for 8 minutes to get to his waypoint. Then you get to the waypoint and he's like, don't shoot me! Bang! And then it's like, ride back to the guy who gave you the quest for 8 minutes. And then he's like, John Marston, great job. There's another guy. He's 11 minutes away. Ride along the train tracks. And I'm like, I'm sick of riding my damn horse. I guess this
wolf that's to blame.
probably shouldn't have bought a game where you ride horses and then complained about the horses,
Someone
but
needs to put an end to this before it happens again.
I was spending like half of the game just like driving to each quest marker.
How dare you frighten my son? You slaughter his poor pet and then have the gall to return.
Is this Slippin'
head
Jimmy?
held high. That wolf was trained. Better trained by far than your worthless kind. You are the entertainment, nothing more. And we are most certainly not entertained.
Nor am I. You'll pay for what you've done.
See? I told you, he talks too much. It's not right. I don't like him, Father.
You're not.
Your punishment will be to join me for carpool karaoke, followed by stoplight musical
The sins of the slave,
of Jersey
the
Boys.
master. Go, summon the unlucky wretch you answer to.
That wretch would be the dame.
That unlucky wretch would be the dame. I can summon her if you like. Though I doubt she would welcome the interruption.
You serve the day.
Oh, the dame. Yes, of course.
With a woman of her caliber.
You look afraid. Well, how do you think those bearers in the field felt? Can you imagine their fear? Their pain? From the look of you, I'd say you're starting to get an idea of the first. Now, if you need help with the second...
Father, he's scaring me.
You think to threaten us, Branded? The dame's pet or no, I will not abide such insolence.
Can't we just buy another hound? A bigger one, a better one.
Of course, my son. I'll have the villagers fetch us another.
I was just minding my own damn business till I came over and pressed X on them.
Branded's head clean off his shoulders.
Hey guys, look, the dog's biting my head off. The dog's biting my head off. Yeah, look guys, the dog's biting my head off. Oh, come on, leave the dog alone. Leave the dog alone. Hey, did you follow me?
You must be Clive.
Holy, dude. The ascot tucked under the collar of the shirt. He looks like Fred. Wait, hang on. Oh, Fred from Scooby-Doo. I thought you were talking about Fred from YouTube.
Gladly.
What does it say, guys? It's Fred from YouTube. You remember that guy? It's a long time ago. Unfortunately. Hey, I take no responsibility. I think I was like 19 or 20 by the time Fred even started on YouTube. So I was not watching that shit. I knew who he was because it was like, he was the biggest YouTube channel. I remember being like, holy cow. This 13-year-old kid is making like $80,000 a year on YouTube. That's insane. Oh, you? Do you come with the car?
Cheer up, you two. A safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
She must be eating some good sushi.
Doesn't seem very private.
Fatal chink
Me
in the
when
Empire's armor.
I hear the news say it's going to be 100 degrees tomorrow and I don't realize I'm watching an American channel. Monka S. So true.
Ended up running for dear life after being discovered by the harbour.
Me when I'm on a Disney cruise in British Columbia and I get on the elevator and I hear an American tell me that it's cold outside. It's 55 today.
What I'm trying to
Whoa!
Slung in a cell.
No, I mean it is pretty cold. I'm just saying.
Whoever controls
I'm not the guy who's saying it's not even cold. I'm just saying when I hear it's 55 degrees, I'm like, I gotta go underground.
we must seem the most convenient of tools.
That's like the scene from Terminator 2 where Linda Hamilton's on the fence. And she becomes a skeleton. You remember? Great, now I have to watch the whole movie in my mind again.
Nothing ever gets through.
Something so funny about John Connor's cadence in Terminator 2.
Give us a say, we'll
Like, he
decide
sounds like he's going insane every time he talks.
for wanting to
No, what are you doing? You gotta kill them! Of course.
All the people you
I am a Terminator. Terminator, you can't kill them! I don't know why in my head I'm picturing Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator going... Oh shit. Terminator, what happened? Mom found the cum box. Mom found the piss drawer. Oh, she found the piss drawer, Terminator, what? Oh, man. Hang on. You've reached a pivotal moment in the story. If you continue, you will not be able to return. That seems fine. That means we're due for a big monster battle, I think. Rip side quests? It's okay. You gotta pick your battles.
There are not nearly enough.
Drake's head? Gee, I sure hope it does.
City guard doesn't take sentry assignment as seriously as you do. This bodes well.
That'll be a first. This may not be such a terrible plan after all.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Only that your last secret shortcut was nowhere near as secret as you claimed.
So it's Caracas again, huh?
Life's too short for
Yeah.
perfect plans.
Let's start with Caracas and pray it doesn't turn into Manila. Ah, Manila. Reminds me of when we were in Belgrade. Remember that? Belgrade. Haven't seen a cock-up like Belgrade since Vilnius.
Grow and to change.
Vilnius. I'd almost forgotten about that one. Probably because of the head injury we got in Johannesburg.
Narrowly escaping death at the hands of an enemy is not my idea of fulfillment.
Something wrong?
Just thinking about
Just wondering
Leon.
if you had finished.
Leon. Haven't heard about that since I was in Valencia.
Destroy it and the whole thing should come tumbling down.
And if the passage to the
Valencia. I ain't heard about that one since we was in Kiev.
To grow and change.
I don't think I can make that accent more insane. I think that's as far as I can go. Is it easier to play than it is to watch because I'm a little overwhelmed? Yeah, I'd say. I mean, it's mostly just... It's very Soulsian, you know, in the sense you basically just hit your attack until you see the enemy's about to attack, and then you dodge. Hang on, I almost suffered a horrible fate. A little bit like Monster Hunter. It's actually, I would say, an even more apt comparison. Hey NL, do you like Korean movies at all? I've liked some Korean movies, but I'm very much like a normie when it comes to Korean movies. I like the, you know, your Parasites, your Old Boys,
Wasn't here last time, I can
your
tell you that.
Minaris, your etceteras and such ases,
The ether won't hurt odds. But I'd rather not
your
find out what it's done to
Snowpiercers, your
everyone else.
Okjas. Almost all these movies are just from one director. Then, like, I don't mean this to be rude. You could probably describe a lot of countries media like this, but it seems like 1 in 10 Korean movies is like one of the best movies of the year, and 9 in 10 Korean movies are like, I fell in love with my boss who's also being haunted by the ghost of his ex-lover, who it also turns out was my adopted sister who I lost touch with when we both went to the best universities in the country. Like, at least that's how I feel about like the Korean Netflix stuff. Like half of the Korean Netflix stuff is like, holy cow, this is like amazing. And then half of the Korean Netflix stuff is like, I fucked the ghosts. I recognize that this is probably like an insane take, but I have stopped using Google Maps to get to destinations where I know the way. A couple of reasons. One, if you feel like a true citizen of the city, just taking your own like homebrewed route to get to a place. Secondly, I actually feel this is where maybe it's truly insane. I genuinely feel like I know the traffic patterns in Vancouver better than Google Maps with the real-time data, which is like, doesn't make sense, but there's so many times, and I'll admit the observer bias potentially available here to myself. I'm trying to lock on to this dude, man. But there's so many times where I'm like running a little bit late. And I say to myself, fine, I'll use the Google Maps data because they have real-time traffic data. And then as I'm taking the route that they give me, I'm like, no, this is slow. I should have just gone with my own route. And then when I go with my own route, I'm always like, I arrive like earlier than when I go with Google Maps, man. Like, I'm not saying that Google Maps is bad. That's idiotic. All I'm saying is that, like, I know on my trip to daycare, like, where I don't want to turn left. Because there's some intersections that get backed up. Sometimes it's telling me to turn left on an intersection that doesn't even have, like, a light. And I'm like, brother, if you want me to turn left there, I'm going to be waiting like 20 minutes for somebody in traffic to let me in. I could just go one more block down and then get like a protected left turn instead. Given the choice, yeah, I would always turn left like with a light as opposed to turning left like without a light. I feel like sometimes you just got to recognize that, like, or at least I'm choosing to recognize, car safety is kind of like a numbers game. Like, the odds of you getting into a car accident on any given trip are fairly low. But if you really want to, like, halve the number of lifetime accidents you risk getting into, you could drive 25% safer easily. So instead of saving 1 minute by taking, like, a very slightly more dangerous turn, I'll leave 1 minute earlier, and I'll turn left on a protected left turn light instead. And then over the course of my entire life, hopefully that adds up to maybe like one less catastrophic injury from trying to pick up my kid from childcare. Sometimes I don't even like turning right on red. I couldn't agree more with you. I saw a great tip once where I said we should outlaw going right on red because it's annoying as a driver and as a pedestrian and as a cyclist. Someone said, what I usually do is get into the right lane and then don't put my signal light on while the light is red, and then as soon as it turns green, I turn my signal light on and just take the safest turn. I was like, I've done that now. There's intersections in Vancouver where it's like, some pedestrians are walking, some pedestrians are sprinting, some of them are dropping their wallet on the ground in the middle of the intersection, forgetting, turning around, bending over to pick it up. Meanwhile, cyclists are going through on the sidewalk, cyclists are going through in the bike lane, some cyclists are coming through in the other direction. There's a cyclist next to me on the road, and I'm like, my ass is just waiting until this turns green, and I'm sorry. If your ass is fuming behind me, then so be it. I'm sorry. You can honk as long as you want, unless you're going to get out of your car and kill me. I remain unaffected.
Once more.
Someone said if you were at a deserted intersection and the light was red and it was the middle of the night, would you go? I know that this makes me sound like a little puss. I would stay until it turned green.
As if that was going to keep us out.
The reason is, like, people get in half, maybe not half, I'm making up a number, obviously. No, I'm not worried about speed cameras. It's just that what percentage of car accidents are caused by, like, overconfidence or being like, the rules don't apply to me? Whatever percentage that is, I can almost eliminate it down to 0 by just following the systems that were in place to make driving as safe as possible. Even doing it as safely as possible is, like, relatively dangerous. So I'm at least gonna follow the lights. That's why I don't jaywalk as much either. Like, I was thinking, like, I was crossing the street and the walk sign was off. But there were no cars that I could see. But there were cars parked on, like, the sides of the street and the other side. So I had some blind spots. And I had that, like, light bulb moment. That it's like the light does not tell me when to cross. It's like a young man's idiocy to be like, no red hand is going to tell me when I can or can't walk. The light is letting you know that the cars have a green light right now, so fucking be careful. So I waited for this shit to turn into the walk sign, and then I peeked out in the intersection, and then I looked both ways, and then I crossed the damn street, because I don't want to die to somebody that's, like, texting on their phone, like, oh, do you need me to pick up almond milk or something like that? Because their ass is going to go to jail for, like, 18 months maximum, and then get their license handed back to them. My ass will be, like, in heaven, hopefully. This is for the pot play. It's about to get real epic in here. The mother crystal. Like, I'm not suggesting that you're completely free from risk if you follow the rules. But I tend to follow, like, all safety rules. Just because, like, what do they say? Like, safety regulations are written in blood? Like, my ass, when they put the fasten your seatbelt sign on in the airplane, I fasten my seatbelt. Now, I don't turn off Bluetooth. Because that's just crazy. Planes will be dropping out of the sky 24/7 if that actually affected things. But I put on my seatbelt because every once in a while you'll see a flight that's like, we had so much turbulence that people were cracking their skulls open on the overhead bins.
How did he make it out alive?
No airplane mode? They shouldn't call it airplane mode. They should call it roaming mode. Because that's the only reason I ever use it. Is, oh shit, I'm not in Canada. Put my phone in roaming. Put my phone in headboard mode. So true. Like, the risk reward one that gets me the most is the ski lift, man, when people don't put the bar down. And I'm like, what's the point? You gotta put the bar down, man. You don't want to, like, fall off of the ski lift. You look cool with the bar up, though? You don't look cool. You look the same. You look exactly the same. It's like people who don't wear a helmet on their bikes, you know, because they're like, oh, you look like a dork wearing a helmet. Yeah, I'll be the dork who fucking passes you, putting out 2.75 watts per kilogram. Your ass huffing and puffing, just trying to get up Oak Street. You shouldn't bike on Oak Street. That's more... No, I'm telling you for your own safety. That's more of a car street. You wouldn't understand? It messes up your hair. Bro, you're 35. Your hair's already messed up, okay? Get over yourself. How you liking Final Fantasy 16? I'm having a great time. I think the best way for me to think about this game is that it's like a Universal Studios ride. You know, at a theme park, you might ride a roller coaster that scares you, nauseates you, thrills you, etc., etc. At Universal Studios, you know, you hop into like a car, and then the floor falls out, and they simulate motion, and there's like a screen in front of you, and you're like half immersed in the ride, and you're just having fun. That's how I feel about Final Fantasy 16 right now. Is Bahamut?
Well, if it's a fight you want.
Oh, nice try. Try not telegraphing your attacks, idiot. Every once in a while, like most of the time I'm in combat, I'm kind of in my flow state. Every once in a while, I forget the series of buttons I need to press to do anything. It's not dementia, okay? It's like there's a lot of commands in this game. Like, you ever be driving, and don't say no and gaslight me into thinking I have like early onset dementia, okay? That's not very nice. You ever be driving and like you know that your brain knows which way you toggle the yoke in order to do a left signal versus a right signal, but if you stop and think about it, it's actually harder for you to surmise which way you move it in order to signal properly. It's just, if you leave it to instinct, you get it 100% of the time. Actually, no. Maybe you're the one with dementia then. Because people with normal brains forget stuff all the time. Excuse me, where's my full heal? Have you died yet or no? I'm just gonna tell you, I don't think it's gonna happen in this game. You could call it clueless if you want, but like... Yeah, I died in the demo, but the demo's not the game. I was theory crafting in the demo. It's like being like, oh, excuse me, Albert Einstein, you're not the best physicist of all time. You got a question wrong in like middle school. Yeah, he was probably bored. Because instead of asking him stuff he was interested in, like what's relativity, they were like, how do you talk to girls? Bro, that's not cool. Albert Einstein was married to the love of his life. Okay, Albert Einstein was married to his cousin, okay? Famous scientists will never beat the I took my cousin to prom allegations. Charles Darwin married his cousin. Come on, man. Get owned. Winston Churchill married his cousin too?
Are you alright?
Honestly, I mean...
Fine.
It just shows you like how much the world has changed in 100... I know Winston Churchill's from like basically 100 years ago, but Charles Darwin like 200 years ago. No wonder people were marrying their cousins all the time, you know, before airplanes existed. You would only meet like 200 people over the course of your entire life. Of course people would marry like... They're like, oh, what are the odds? My soulmate would be my uncle's kid. Same thing. Wow, would you believe it? 7 billion people on Earth, and the person I was meant to be with just happened to grow up like 2 streets over in the same zip code as me. Wow. The world works in mysterious ways. Maybe don't marry your cousin.
2 out of 3 of us.
15-year-olds on Twitter discovering, hey, maybe we shouldn't idolize FDR. Sure, the New Deal was pretty important for helping America get out of the Great Depression, but did you know he married his cousin? Not notorious working class president FDR wearing a clearly expensive white tee.
It's beautiful.
The heart of Zambrak.
Sandbrekkie sounds like an Australian brunch restaurant.
Well, that didn't work. I think we're gonna need a bigger sword.
Mine's bigger.
Thank you, Clive, but I meant that figuratively.
I get it.
The cause clearly made.
It's an allegory for their penis.
Stand back. It's about to get cramped in here.
Is he going to become a large Ramu and lift up the crystal? He's about to go half-Thor Bjornsson mode. He's about to become Brian Shaw pilled. I knew it. This is POV. You are Jeff Bridges carrying Iron Man 1 and single-handedly kickstarting the entire MCU, only to never appear in any other Marvel movies.
Clive, look.
What is that?
It's Kingdom 80s. Bahamut?
Sid!
You will die in 7 days. Sephiroth!
Freed. Come to me. I can't do this without you.
It's Genova Mark II that you fight in the Crystal Caves outside of Nibelheim. I remember. Roxas?
Where are you?
Torgal's kind of crazy with it.
Hold on.
I'll try lightning. That's a cool trick. Oh, he was not expecting that. The dude with the lightning spear threw his lightning spear at me? That's a staff with a pointy bottom. Staffs can be spears now. Any wrenches in chat that can confirm? This is what it feels like to change a fuse when you're a millennial. POV, you are my power supply.
I've been here before.
I forgot to wear the anti-static bracelet before I put together my PC. It's not even funny. But it's just... Why is this age gated? That's the other reason like analytics are pretty bad for Final Fantasy. It happened to coincide with Twitch rolling out the change where if you play M-rated games, you have to click I understand I'm 18 years old. So I think that most people watching this are over 18, but simultaneously it means if you fall asleep during the stream, then you can't click the button to say that I'm 18, and thus you get zooted out of the stream. And the dirty little secret of this website, I think, is like at any given time, like 25% of the people that are watching, quote unquote watching, are either drunk or asleep. So I think that it exposes like the true view count of people watching. What would win, a 7,000 viewer streamer or one little button you have to click, which is still watching? But you know what you could do? You could make it like that Netflix meme. That's like, Netflix, are you still watching? And then it's like, well, you don't need to know the next part.
That power isn't yours.
It's just usually like someone's daughter, and then it's a picture of like a sprinkler going off or something like that.
Oh, fuck.
Eight hours of sleep. Perfect amount of cold brew coffee. Splash of oat milk. New season of The Bear on Hulu. Me finally ready to make a phone call I've been putting off for 37 days. He's going... It's like he's giving vibes of the final boss of a fighting game. Where like the whole game, you were fighting a cast of like characters that you know, and then at the very end you go to outer space, and it's just like, oh, the boss is just like a big ball. Okay. Oh no, his clamor! It's unending! Okay, you hit me with your demon wall. can't deny that. Okay, you hit me with your demon wall. I'll tell you what, this is now a Final Fantasy XIV boss. It's a raid. I didn't know how to deal with that. Anytime I ever watched Kate play Final Fantasy XIV, she'd be like, it's really hard. I would look at the attacks and be like, why don't people just dodge them? But now I'm starting to get it. Catacommenu, it comes and goes, it comes and goes. Lovin' could be easy if your lovin' was like my dreams. But there were definitely like, I really thought Final Fantasy XIV would be hard, and then when I watched my wife play and saw that like whenever the boss attacks, it makes like a glowing circle on the ground that says like don't stand here. I was like, hey, why is half of your static standing like in the circles? This is a Fall Guys song. Just need someone in the background going. It's over for you, brother. If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen. That was the Ben's album cover. Did you see that? Hey, you blacked out. It's 1999. Woodstock's about to start. War on Terror? Financial crisis? What are you talking about, bro? Limp Bizkit's about to take the stage. Come on. We're about to fling mud at each other.
This, it's only a scratch. All right, the hole.
We'll find you a healer.
Here. No, you won't.
Excuse me, Torgal is right there. What the hell? Mads Mikkelsen?
I know who you are. And if you think I'm gonna let you have him. Think again.
Honestly, I thought Typhon was kind of sick. He shot purple laser beams out of his hands. And doesn't afraid of anything. He did transgress though. I forgot about the transgressions.
One left. That'll do me.
I was gonna say it. Got a light?
Try not to talk.
I know it's hard for you.
Clive. For so long, I thought I had all the answers. But then I met you. And I learned it wasn't a good death we should be fighting for, but a better life. It's all very well, a man reclaiming his fate. But if he can't choose how he meets it, what's the point?
Clive.
So,
delete my browser history. As soon as you get back to the hub, please delete my browser history. My dying friend giving me their HBO Max password. HBO Max, HelloFresh, Netflix, Crave, 55 burgers, 55 taters.
Crystal's blessing is a prison, Clive. And if it's an outlaw the world needs to help it break free. Stop. Please. I can think of none better than you.
Jill, what are you... like, okay... It's a touching scene, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to have lightning magic. What is Jill even doing here? She doesn't do anything. You don't even know him. Here we go again. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 3, the Transgressions of Typhon 2.
In ashen grip, let ember glow, to kindle flames anew.
Cool poem, bro. Did you get that from Pinterest? Joshua shows up. He's like, hey, boys, live, laugh, love. Flame on. Bless this mess. Sorry about the heat.
I'm sorry, Clive. Had I arrived but a moment sooner.
Sorry for what? Sorry that bug up your bum had to die.
I know you're there, Ultima.
Ultima weapon! You know what do you ever do the march in Junon?
What else have you learned, Phoenix?
My travels have revealed much about you and your ambitions. I know that it was you who tore me from my brother. And I know that it is his power that you seek. But know this.
That's one free res.
If you want him, you'll have
Pick
to
it
go
up.
through me.
Very well.
Breath of mine ancestors, fill these lungs that I may dispel the songs of suffering.
People with art school degrees versus Midjourney. An epic battle for the ages.
My brother! This is getting us nowhere.
We agree. No more games, Phoenix. We have come to claim our vessel.
That's a little extra.
And I said no.
Try to take my brother as a vessel, and I said, no, no, no. I might be made of fire, but my daddy thinks I'm fine.
These flames are nothing. You will know what it is to burn.
Yours is a fleeting form. I'm not fool enough to think I can harm you. But to protect my brother, I don't have to.
Torgal, just back up a little bit, man. Ooh, ouch, hot, oh. Who touched my damn thermostat? You trying to heat the whole neighborhood, Joshua?
These are not flames of destruction.
Have you forgotten already who I am?
My name is Joshua! Holy cow. He's imprisoned Ultima within himself. Certified Josh moment. Ew, bro, that Ultima's not agreeing with me. Yeah, I think Typhon just had some transgressions in my duodenum.
To my brother now.
He's going Wanda Maximoff mode. The ruins of Pompeii. No! The fat chocobo! Karen, no! What's he gonna do? Take the rest of your hairline? Viewer count when the mature audience prompt comes up. So true. So true. What? I mean, me nose! Me nose! This guy was finding characteristic! He bastard took my right nostril! Holy frick, it's frickin' Titan. Dude literally became like a big rock to punch rocks.
Fuck me! Where the hell are you, Sid? Where the hell are you?
What is that emote again? The Willem Dafoe looking up? I would have thought that it would not get that much use, but it gets a ton of use, man. It's called Look Up.
Might I interest you in a potion, milady? Perhaps a soothing salve to ease the aches of the road?
She hasn't done anything. You think she needs Tiger Bomb? Beam struggle in my head over what to say, Tiger Bomb or Icy Hot.
I wish you well, but
Icy Hot probably more relatable to my North American audience. Tiger Bomb sounds funnier coming off the tongue. I only know Tiger Bomb. The Icy Hot, maybe Icy Hot's more of like a red state balm, and Tiger Bomb is more of a blue state phenomenon. I know him. His name is Victor! A friend of Sid's and later Clive's, who keeps an ever-attentive vigil on the comings and goings in Dalmekia from his hometown of Costness.
The bearers are locked up in an old courthouse on the edge of town. And I hardly need tell you who is there to make sure they stay that way.
Kupka's private guard.
It's a trap. And not a very good one at that.
another. What does he hope to gain from this?
I'll have the captives free before nightfall.
You do nothing of the sort. Our comrades didn't give their lives for you to get your throat slit in a god's forsaken slum.
She's gonna do something now because Sid's not here sucking up so much of the narrative. So now Jill's gonna be like, surprise, I got stuff to deal with. Why do you hate Jill so much? Bro, why do you like Jill so much? Maybe she'll get there, but like as of right now, she hasn't done anything. She's been...
Sid now, and if anything
She just pets the dog and like drops some ice balls on people. Plus, she's a total Mary Sue. I mean, we haven't even seen her eat a meal. How are we supposed to assume she's making the ice balls? Like she doesn't even have any energy in her body. Are we supposed to believe that she's just creating the ice by breaking the laws of thermodynamics? How stupid do they think we are?
No sign of Hugo.
I'll wager he thinks as highly of his minions' traps as we do.
Then this should be easy.
Don't hurt
I beg of you.
Quiet means quiet, branded scum.
Hero landing. Yo, purple shirt? It's not a purple shirt, it's lavender.
It's going to be all right. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
It's him, the outlaw.
He's going sideboard mode. Sorry. She finally did something. She opened the damn door. And then waved her hand. But I still haven't seen her take a piss once. I don't buy it.
Enough of this! Let him play with the kitten!
Please.
They've brought a pet.
When that music plays, you know some real shit's about to go down.
You'll pay
My little Discord kitten.
Those things are fast.
We'll have to
For every stagger you get, I'll give you an ooh-ooh. I'm going lightning mode because I assume... Horrible move. I assume that lightning will be stronger here because this is the fight where we've been introduced to it. I've parried you. No, I haven't. I need to give you one of these real quick. Oh, he's crazy. I'm actually you gotta admit I'm a little insane with it. Note to self, whenever you don't know what to do, just use all of your abilities at once. Republican War Panther, oh you mean Joe Exotic? +2, I'll +2 you for that one.
To hell with this!
We can no longer travel to our old hideaway. We need to meet new Karen, though, because I gotta upgrade my damn sword. Oh, there it is. Yeah, everyone died but me. Karen, here I am. Clive, you fucking cocksucker.
Otto was asking after
New
you.
items are now available
go
at
and
Karen's
see him.
Toll. I knew it, man. I knew it.
So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws.
Alright, I'm literally just one guy. What do you
Well,
want me to do?
mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Oh, here we go.
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern
Me.
Storm has
Hey,
endured,
come to board. Wait,
recent
my
days
friends.
have seen
Hey,
it
can I
like
come to
rest
board
of
game
the
night?
land
Me.
from the
Okay, but
forest.
you better not bring a game
For
that's
which reason
takes
she has
12 hours
continued
to play and
wage war
14
on her
hours to
rival
learn again.
across the strait,
Okay, I
hoping to
won't.
claim
I
his
won't.
bracket
My friends at
process.
board game night.
But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion.
His name is Sylvester.
An altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world.
I remember they were talking
Certainly,
about
there
that.
is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins.
Basil.
The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, And of course, our friends in Yaran.
In
Who
what?
will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
Ever play Clank? Twice last year. I love Clank. Clank is a good game.
Do you not fear for your
Clank is great because when you unbox it, it looks like one of those games that takes 15 hours to learn, but it actually takes like 2 minutes to learn.
Endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
He's got the championship belt on.
You're not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though.
It's like, what? Did you check my browser history?
Keeps him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such
There's
thing as
literally one downstairs, old ass. Read Gav's letter. It's just P. Reports and letters addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table. The Republic's play. Dude, Gav understands brevity is the soul of wit. The Republican army marches at on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned on the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. Gav.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men
Hugo
occupied with the
Kupka,
defense of the
Hugo
capital,
Kupka,
they're less likely to trouble us.
Hugo. I can't fight this feeling.
It's more than that.
Deep inside of
The
me.
one we've been waiting for.
Hugo Kupka, Hugo. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. Kupka, Hugo Kupka. You wear you something. I don't remember it.
Cause for joy?
5 years.
Are you good at singing now? Some songs are just in my register, man.
I've been granted. We might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon.
The problem is that most men sing like up here. I need someone who sings like, I like your twisted point of view, Mike. I like your questioning eyebrows. I need something like that.
This mission of ours has made me
I can't do the Bruno Mars, you know?
But one thing has
You and me, girl, bang bang like gorillas.
Crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us.
Now
of
there's
our
a
very
damn
homes,
tip
leaving
option
more dust
when I pay my landlord. Make it make sense, Clive. Why are you a jukebox? Brother, it's 35 hours of main story gameplay. There's gonna be an occasional reference, okay? I gotta fill a lot of air of these cutscenes. Otherwise we'll say, I know this active time lore. Who the hell's this lady? Mysterious woman, attendant to Joshua. We don't know who that is. She's probably Shiva too, for all we know. Everybody in this game's got a monster inside of them. I got a killer up inside of me. I can't talk to my mama, so I talk to my diary. What, didn't he die? He got better, okay? He's a phoenix. He resurrects himself. But that's not just Joshua. That's Joshua. He's been fused with Ultima, also known as Typhon the Torrential, the Transgressor.
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to...
Me when my friend is talking to a woman. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Speak freely, Otto.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Oh, man. Reminds me of university once. Me and my friend were playing foosball. And then, like, our RA came down. Like, the slightly older student who was like administering the floor and making sure none of us died, came down, and she started playing foosball against us, I should say. And I thought that her and my friend were kind of hitting it off, so I was like, oh, I gotta go get my clothes out of the dryer, and then I just left him there. And he came back like to the dorms 15 or 20 minutes later, and he was like, hey, thanks for abandoning me with our RA. It was like awkward as hell. And I was like, I thought you guys were hitting it off. And he was like, no, we're not hitting it off at all. She was just really uncomfortable once you left. I was like, oh, sorry. I thought I sensed like a vibe. Hang on, I gotta go speak to Karen. Sharon!
I don't know. Perhaps I should just... Well, don't just stand there gawping. If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
Just, can you relax? You're still selling the same shit after all this time. Hey, and I had Harvey's for the first time the other day while driving through Canada. It was really good. I have great memories of going to Harvey's. They don't exist in Vancouver anymore. I probably haven't eaten at a Harvey's since like 2008 or something like that. But I recall it being pretty good fast food.
The pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing.
Also remember and they brought it back, so you're gonna say this is new, but I'm telling you, I was there when it. Do not recite the old words to me, which I was there when they were written. I remember going to Harvey's once, and they said, "Hey, guess what? You no longer have to choose between fries and onion rings. Por qué no los dos? You can have frings. It's a little box that's got a divider in the middle, and it's half fries and half onion rings. So you get like a half order of fries and like 3 onion rings." And I was like, that's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard, because usually at Harvey's when you order fries, you get some onion rings for free because I think they use like the same scoop or whatever. Anyway, apparently it's not that stupid because they brought it back. I was seeing ads during the NHL playoffs for frings yet again.
What happened here?
Did you ever do Edward 40 hands? Yes, I did. Back in the day.
Tell us what happened.
Edward 40 hands is where you you duct tape a 40 of malt liquor to each hand, and you don't get use of your hand back until you finish at least one of the 40s. So usually, like, you try to finish one of the 40s pretty quick so that one of your friends can cut you loose, and then you've at least got one hand to hold your you-know-what so you can go to the bathroom. But I know it's one of those urban legend stories that I don't know if it ever happened, but everybody knows a friend who has a friend it happened to. My friend told me that his friend was playing Edward 40 hands, and then he fell down the stairs and tried to use his hands to like cushion his fall, but then the bottle shattered and he like cut the shit out of his arms and legs with the broken glass. But I don't believe it ever happened, man.
It seems a step too far.
Everybody knows somebody who supposedly had that story happen. I just don't buy it. I'm sorry. Don't you use plastic jugs? No, man, it's old English Colt 45 glass bottles, man. Each one of the bottles is like, I don't know, maybe a liter? 40 ounces. That's 40 ounces, like, it's like 1.2 liters, isn't it? Man, it's fucked up that, like, in university, drinking 1.2 liters was like, it didn't faze me. I guess you're also drinking 2.4 liters. Holy cow. That's a lot, man. If I do Edward 40 hands now, I'd probably try to do one in an hour and then go to sleep with the other one still taped to my hand.
No.
Wake up, eat breakfast, maybe drink a quarter, go hop on the Peloton, drink another quarter, eat lunch, probably try to finish the last half right there.
And for their crimes shall they be punished.
I have 3 God's powers coursing within me right now. What do you think you're gonna do?
Purge the night and welcome last.
Is Edward 40 hands against TOS? Yeah, definitely.
How dare you speak those words?
You can't even eat like spicy food anymore, right? You gotta do like the spicy food challenge, but just pretend you're eating your DoorDash order. You're like, oh yeah, I'm really enjoying this anal fissure. Oh, and you know what would go really nice on this tortilla chip is just a couple of dabs of anal fissure. Ooh, you know, it's spicy, but you can also taste like the fruitiness of the peppers. I eat it all the time. We also had, I never did this, and like I did a lot of stuff that was damaging to my liver in university, but I didn't go this far. There was a quote-unquote challenge at my university to drink 40 beers in 40 hours, which doesn't sound like, I mean, it sounds like a ton, but also simultaneously it doesn't sound like that much. But considering that you're going to be out of commission for like at least, I was going to say 8 hours, but realistically you're probably out of commission for more than 8 hours to sleep because you're going to have drank like 20 beers on the first day. Like, that's pretty hard. I remember hearing a story about like the stuff that people would do to drink 40 beers in 40 hours, and they would like party one night and try to drink like 20, which is already like way too much. And then they told us the dude woke up hungover, but he had to keep going for his own ego. So he poured beer into his Cheerios instead of milk. But then while he was eating it, he was like hungover. So he threw up, and then he ate the throw up. Because if you throw up and don't eat it, it doesn't count.
Rosario will never be safe.
I don't know. I didn't witness it. This is secondhand, okay? North American college, pretty weird. Yeah. Yeah. Least degenerate Queens student. People were putting themselves through a lot of abuse for sure.
He's gone.
What are you talking about? He's right there. For what, though? Well, if you could get it verified, you could get a badge to put on your engineering jacket that said you did 40 beers. And then when people saw you at Ritual with the 40 beers badge, they would be like, whoa, dude, you did 40 beers? I see your badge. It's right under your Ritual badge. And now, do you think Drake got a little zesty on Rich Flex? I didn't want to get involved with this because Drake is from Canada, so it's like a little too close from home. But yes, I would say that, in my personal opinion, I don't think Drake should have gotten that zesty with Rich Flex.
Because a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
I think that Rich Flex tried to riz up Baby Gronk, and Livy said, hold up, I'm the new Riz King. And then Drake got a little zesty on them.
Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see.
Has he gotten to the Cunnilingus minigame yet? Wait, I didn't know this was an educational game. We're proud to announce the newest update to Team Fortress 2. The sex update. Yes!
You're safe now. Whiteheart, I presume.
Even the birds, like, why are you talking to a damn bird?
Do you know her, boy?
They'd be like, meh. Birds would be like, meh.
That scar. It couldn't be.
Gav?
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
The Sid shows up. So true. Mind if I drop in? These are my two kids, Olivia and Baby Gronk.
I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then.
The two most popular names in America right now for kids.
And the whole flock made it through
D'Artagnan,
unscathed.
D'Artagnan, put that down.
Thankfully they did.
That dirt isn't organic. Peasants love saying shit like oi. So true.
Stop to think our hero here might once have been someone.
Me when I'm a peasant and something good happens. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Sorry, what? What?
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by
And
me.
now, you ever been so happy you did 3 hip hip hoorays? I've said hip hip hooray at Jamboree many times because that's how you
Master back, I reckon.
that's how you say goodbye. Any yippies? I don't know if I've ever unironically yippied.
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming.
I bet in middle school I had said the occasional woo-hoo because The Simpsons was still good back then.
Oh, stay right where you are.
Riding on my horse, you can whip your Porsche. If you ain't got no giddy up, then giddy on my way. You're gonna take me down to the old town road. I'm going to ride until I cannot anymore. I'm going to riding around Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. So true. Shorty's got a habit, diamond rings, and Fendi sports bras. Riding around Rodeo in the Maserati sports. Gonna take you down to the... That was a good time. Summer 2019 when Old Town Road was popping off. Alright, well, that was fun. Now take me back to the hideout. I'm gonna hide till I can't no more. It should play the Chocobo music, you're right. Donkey 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 donk 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 donkey donk. Bree doo doo, bree doo doo, bree dee doo dee doo doo, doo dee doo doo.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
That's Yoshi's Island?
Where's my
Yeah,
report?
Chocobo theme, comma, Yoshi's Island.
No kind words for your old pal Gav.
Wait, Chocobo music. Dunk, donkey, 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 dunk, dink, dunk, dunk, diddle, 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 eh?
So, you remember how quick the
Gold
Empire
saucer
was
theme.
to occupy the domain after the fall of Drake?
Yeah, okay, I got it all locked in there, man.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a
Donkey
madman.
dunk.
So much for their bloody
Donkey,
treaty.
donkey,
Clearly,
donkey,
the promise
donkey,
of
dunk.
unblighted land and the world's
Dunk.
supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. Now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit using liberation
I know all
as an
Final
excuse
Fantasy
to
music.
declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's
What about One
gates
Winged
as we
Angel?
speak, looking to
Sick
starve
Transit
the
Gloria.
Imperials into submission.
Vini Vidi Vici Sephiroth.
Eyes are on the Strait of Author.
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed.
And Drake's balls in your mouth.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Queenside,
Oh, no,
Drake's
no, no.
Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught
Hugo
us...
Kupka. Hugo.
is that he
Hugo.
loves
You
his
you think
traps.
I'm joking? But it's a great way to remember the name.
There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's breath.
Yeesh.
There's a shitload of sea between
Back
us and
away,
it.
banana
I've
breath. What'd you
never
eat
been
for
much
lunch?
of
A
swimmer.
banana?
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the 7 High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities.
No, not that one. No relation.
Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
Nothing gets by this guy. Did you see the new Pepsi Clout shop? What is the new what? It's giving free Shavakadu. Pepsi Clout shop. It's a thing. Yeah, but I don't even know what is it. What is it? Is it a drink?
Is it business or pleasure?
Don't flatter yourself,
Pointers
Karen.
weighing you down.
It's Pepsi flavored ketchup. Why is it called Clout shop then? I'm wearing purple gears, which means I can't upgrade it. Okay, well you're useless to me then. Because it's Pepsi Cola plus ketchup. Oh, okay. I don't know about all that, man. It's... Do you think God stays up in heaven because he's scared of what he created on earth?
They've tried to gobble me up on more than one occasion. Why do they despise me so? I created them. Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created? Here on Earth?
It's crazy that that's a line from Spy Kids, huh? Spy Kids 2, actually. I'm resisting a lot of temptation to make an Austin Powers joke. Spy Kids is proof of auteur theory, for sure. Those movies are just like...
Do you think it was wise to
it's like
leave, Gav?
Robert Rodriguez's like psyche on the
I
screen.
needed his eyes, and no.
I want to hate
That he does.
Robert Rodriguez like so much.
Sid who said
He's
that
because
movies
I.
such as these are best left
Okay, I'm not trying. I'm not being that serious. I think in my head, my headcanon version of Robert Rodriguez is actually who Zack Snyder is in real life. So I was like, oh, I don't really like the movies this guy makes. I'm sure he's going to be like insufferable. And then I watched that episode of The Chef Show where Jon Favreau goes over to his house and they just cook like a bunch of pizzas. And he just seems like a really nice guy. And that made me like even angrier. I was like, fuck you. You should be more of a dick.
Let's do the same.
Me when I hate on Meghan Trainor? I know, because you can't just be a hater in the modern era, right? In the modern era, you're not allowed to like anything that's made by bad people. And the corollary to that is you're not allowed to hate someone unless they deserve it.
Come on.
You can't just... It used to be back in the day, people were going crazy. They were hating on, like, Barney the dinosaur. You'd be like, why are people so mad about... Adults would be like, fuck Barney the dinosaur, I hope he dies. You'd be like, why? They'd be like, I don't know, purple? He's purple, he sings I love you, you love me.
More than likely. Which is why we
Nowadays, you'd be like, oh, I don't really like Barney the dinosaur. Oh, really? Yeah, I know. Like, he's not... The show's not that great, but he donates, like, millions of dollars to charitable causes. So, actually, you're... Fuck him, he's purple, dude. You're purple? I'm lavender! I hate media based on... I hate people based on my taste in media. It's my most boomer-coded trait. Dude, I hear you. I mean, I wouldn't say I hate, like, Meghan Trainor or, like, John Legend or anything. But, like, I'll be real with you. You might think this is putting on airs. But, like, if I was in the grocery store and someone was like, hey, dude, check it out. I don't want you to miss out. John Legend is over in, like, the dairy aisle. Why don't you go meet him and get his autograph? I would not, unless I was already going to the dairy aisle, I would not walk over to see him. I think, maybe this is biased, but I feel like you're kind of a dick if you take a photo with a celebrity whose work you don't actually enjoy. Like if you hate Seth Rogen, but you see him in public and you recognize him, and you go, Seth Rogen, can I get a picture and an autograph? I think that makes you kind of a dickhead. You took someone else's time just to be like, check it out, I got a photo with someone whose face I recognize. You did it for clout, exactly. What if I tell him he sucks afterwards? That's definitely even worse. That's not based. I would definitely be pissed off if someone was like, are you NL? And then they took a photo and then they're like, by the way, like, I hate all your work, Chibley's better. I would be like, okay, bye.
Quiet, you.
Rude ass.
We're loyalists.
The dude's probably... You do that to Seth Rogen. The dude's probably out there just buying a pot. Oh, sorry, he makes his own pot. Okay, I forgot he was into pottery now. He's probably out buying weed or something like that. You're going to ruin his day telling him you didn't like Sausage Party?
From the ashes.
What if they said, keep up the good work, you fucking freak?
You should have our full cooperation.
Hey, I've been watching a long time. I remember when you sucked off 16 cops in a row.
The Black Shields will pay good coin for information.
They should make a Final Fantasy where all the characters sound like they're from Ohio.
You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100-foot legion?
No, literally. What about an RPG where everybody is wearing Ohio State 2017 BCS champions long sleeve shirts and walking around foreign countries saying OH and waiting for somebody to reply IO? How do you know so much about Ohio? I can't not know stuff about Ohio. So whenever there's people, how do you know someone's from Ohio? They'll freaking tell you, dude. Also, they'll be wearing
I don't know.
Cincinnati Bengals 2021 Super Bowl losers t-shirt. Do you ever see that video of the girl telling her mom they saw Jesus in Ohio? Yes. Yes.
Jesus was seen.
Where, Rachel?
Oh my god.
Show me to me, please. Send it to me, Rachel.
It was literally seen in Ohio.
Please send it to me. Oh, now, please.
Oh my god. This is
Okay,
crazy.
Rachel, which one? Send it to me, baby. Which one? Is it on TikTok?
Mommy, I'm kidding.
Rachel, don't do that.
It is a great video.
This village will not become another.
And the mom's like, I forget the girl's name. But she's like, Sarah, you have to show me. You have to show me that. And she's like, Mom, I was just joking. Oh, man. Show me, please. Yeah.
These people live with a knife to
Oh, my God, Mom. What? Sarah, what? They saw Jesus. What? They saw Jesus in Ohio. Scallop Rock. Shell out, dig in, burn. Doesn't matter what oil it's cooked in. Sear a bit. See, don't cook it too much or it'll get a little rubbery, and nobody wants that because a scallop is like $7 each at the grocery store these days. Oh, the rubbery. This shellfish is unpalatable to me. Scallops simultaneously overrated and underrated. I went through a period in life where, like, if I was at a fancy restaurant and there was a scallop entree, that would be like, it would be a pack one, pick one for me. I like scallops, but nowadays I'm more about the fish, honestly. Like, if I have the choice between a scallop and a sea bass, or a scallop and a halibut or something like that, I'm typically going, whoops, I forgot about this. Salmon. I think this is like BC coded, but there's no shot like I'm ordering salmon at a fancy restaurant, because we just, like, the salmon is just falling off the trucks here nonstop. A lot of people say that the combat in this game is a lot different than previous Final Fantasies. It's still turn-based. You just take your turns in real time.
Who are you looking for?
So I'm faster at taking my turns real time than most of the enemies.
We come bearing a message.
Pull my finger.
Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our
Oh, hello, Kate. Hello.
They await you in order.
Life is basically turn-based real time. It kind of is and it kind of isn't. It's real time when you need to get some shit done. When someone asks you to do something, it's real time. When you ask someone else to do something, that shit slows down to a damn crawl. Me, when I'm waiting for my accountant to email me, what the hell's taking so long? Me, when I'm not emailing my accountant, even though they requested a document 6 weeks ago, I got stuff to do. What would you get on truerateme?
Death.
Dude, I saw the Twitter drama about truerateme, where they have like a rubric for, like, a lady posted her photo and said, rate me honestly, and then someone gave her a 7 and the mod replied like, warning for overrating or something like that. That's crazy. And then they had like, so obviously this is a very macabre moment in the game, but they had like the list of faces. It was like 9 to 10. Top 0.03%, 1 in 30,000, supermodel quality looks. And then, like, that on the first page, it was that all the way down to like 6.5, and all of the women looked exactly the same. Like, the one that they had in the bottom right corner as like a 6, and the one that they had in the top left corner as a 10 were like almost exactly identical faces to me. Ah, fuck us. What do you say fuck me for?
Madness drives her, and I will end it.
Did Clive lose his brand? He had it lasered off on a Paramount Plus reality TV show where people remove bad tattoos. All right, Clive. Clive, was it? Let me get the story behind this tattoo. So, you're not gonna believe this. You know how like every realm has a dominant? Well, like my brother was that dominant and I was his shield. Then I let him die. Well, actually, it turns out I'm a dominant too. I have the dominant Ifra inside of me. And I accidentally killed my brother, but I didn't know it at the time. And then my stepmom had me exiled from the realm and branded with this to show that I was the property of the royalist army. I'ma keep you cold with me. When it's hot, we'll make you cool.
One man fight like that.
Shorty, what you think about that?
Long dead.
Gonna give you checks for that? I don't know.
The blessing of the Phoenix.
That's me.
It can't be. I was there when you died.
Wade? He did something with his hair. Sir Wade, sir?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
It's JonTron, dude. Sir John of the realm Tron. Tron Funkin' Blow. If I've got 5 minutes till I expire, and the last thing I do is to curse fucking Tron, I don't think my last words are gonna be Tron Funkin' Blow. Thoughts on the Costco crackdown? Excuse me? Costco crackdown? Excuse me? You mean prototype? But seriously, what's this news? No sharing of membership cards? Well, that's good. I'm an executive member. If anything, something that lowered the foot traffic of the store would be great, so my ass can actually get into the food court without having to wait 92 minutes for a $1.50 hot dog. You know, you give her. You go and you give her. I watched Fubar like 3 nights ago, Malf. It's still a classic.
But we've seen to it that
my most favorite Fubar is the Fubar I'm watching right now. I watched Fubar and I said, that's really good. Then I watched Fubar 2 and I said, that's even better. Then I watched Fubar and I said, nah, Fubar is even better than Fubar 2. Now I gotta watch Fubar 2 because I'm gonna be like, Fubar 2 is even better. No, I need to be clear. This is not Fubar on Netflix. The show with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's the one with Dean Murdoch and Terry.
Noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home.
I would not watch that detritus. You go to Netflix, you type in Fubar, you scroll past 17 ads for the Arnold Schwarzenegger show, and you skip it.
Her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown.
You find the one with 2 dudes on the cover going like this.
I don't know.
It looks like I have no pinky finger. I assure you I have a pinky finger.
Having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Why your fingers look like that? What are you talking about? They're perfectly cromulent. I don't know why people always act like this is so weird. Kate, are you here?
If we remove the head, perhaps
people keep making fun of my hands.
Perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else.
We do this every time? Well, I don't know what you want me to do. This is just my hands.
Their next victims will be on my hands.
They just bend like that, man. Why are they like that? I don't know.
And ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields.
They're so crooked. They're not crooked. They're perfectly normal.
It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
Jill's like, don't worry, I'll cast an enormous ice crystal over top of the monster that then we knock it out of the path of before it falls. Why are your hands bald?
Very well.
Brother.
If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
It's giving not bald vibes.
We at yours.
Favorite Stok flavor? I gotta say the one Costco L is that they have Stok, but they only have green. Now, I've only seen 2 flavors in Canada. I understand America has more. I am, green is fine, but I'm a red drinker.
Bloody worked. Springs up in its place.
Stok is mid. Mouth, come here, buddy.
Yet be that as it may.
It's $11.99 for 2 bottles of Stok. That's 2.84 liters of Stok for $11.99 at Costco right now. Let's call it a bargain. The best I ever had.
In our hearts, the duchy cannot die.
Oh, but if you grow your own Arabica beans and then you harvest them and roast them yourself, then you can make cold brew for $11.39 for 2.8. Okay, fine, then go ahead. If you're getting so much fulfillment out of it, then why are you in my chat shitposting? Shouldn't you be out there like sipping a cup on your balcony right now, admiring all your hard work? Espresso machine, bro. I don't see myself, it's just being honest, I don't see myself using a coffee maker in my house where I got to do like this. Or like, and then, and then, I just don't see it. My evolution as a coffee guy was like this. 0 to 21. Why would I ever drink coffee? That's like 90 cents a day I could save and put into my retirement account. Working a real job in Korea for the first time in my life. Holy shit, I'm fucking drowsy. Drink as much coffee as I can. Get addicted to drinking coffee every day. Okay. Justify the addiction by trying to claim that it's a hobby. No, I'm not addicted to coffee. I'm a coffee guy. I enjoy flavors. I'm sampling single origin beans. I'm going to bougie coffee shops like Revolver and getting a coffee flight to really savor the fruitiness of the beans. Having a child, holy shit, I need some damn coffee. Stat, I'm going for a volume play, buying Stok cold brew coffee because they make it for me and I need every damn second I can get, realizing that I'm not a coffee guy. I just need a little bit of coffee every single day and that's how I'm going to get it. If you want one of those coffee guys where they pour like a bunch of water into like a Newtonian thermometer and it drip, 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 drip. That's Corey. You can go over to Corey's stream and he'll talk your damn ear off about
I shall wear it with pride.
A vacuum filtered coffee pour over mocha pot French press,
Unless you deserve it.
etc., etc. Corey also puts his jeans in the freezer, okay? So don't talk to me about Corey.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Go on now.
Why? Because he wears good jeans, and you're not supposed to wash good jeans in the washing machine. So to kill whatever kinds of bacteria are within the jeans after wearing them for a long time, he puts it in the freezer to kill all the microbes. And then places, I don't know if this last part is true, but I'm assuming he then places them inside a Ziploc freezer bag and submerges them in lukewarm water for 8 hours to warm them up to wearing temperature.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Putting your damn jeans in the microwave on defrost?
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
They do be stomping.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
You promise? Little bro.
You would mock me as well?
I thought the texture didn't load in. I was...
It is I,
Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant.
Oh, okay, it's
to
by
her
design.
serene
Okay.
holiness, Saint Sybil, the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy
Me and my
crimes against
Discord
church
RP
and
server.
crown, I shall have thy head.
Nick A30 delivering the script to his adoring fans for what they're supposed to say in the Final Fantasy 16 custom Fortnite video.
Flax wench, even in death, must thou plague me still?
I don't know anything about Nick A30, but I keep getting served the Twitter videos, man.
Open the gates of hell, that thou might see
I already talked about the submarine one, but the one where he's driving his car in Fortnite Customs and he says, you got to think about how lucky we are, how blessed we are. Like, just think about it. In China, they don't even have the same internet. They don't even have Fortnite. And then it just cuts. Oh, man.
Man, we are so lucky. Like, we need to be grateful. Because in some countries, like, even for China, like, they don't have Fortnite.
Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
It's so good.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, you could actually, and I don't mean this as like an anti-Jill bit, but you could actually, up to this point, have removed her from the game, and nothing would have changed whatsoever. It would be like 15 minutes shorter than it had been up to this point, and no major plot points would have to be adjusted.
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty...
She's gonna do something at some point.
Go on, sit.
I'm gonna almost die, so she's gonna have to become Shiva or something like that. And then she's gonna be like, and we're gonna be like, you saw what happened to Sid, don't become Shiva. And she's gonna be like, I would gladly turn into a rock for you, Clive. And then they're gonna pantomime a kiss, but they're not actually gonna kiss. It's gonna like fade to black. And then it's gonna be like the morning, and Gav's gonna come rushing in, me lord! Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. No, it's okay, Gav. Etc. Like, I get it.
Quite what? I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
I know media. I watched Baby Mama last night.
That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
What about when she turns out to be a fembot in the sequel?
So he's told us.
You won't believe this. Jill was a fembot.
For Rosaria.
Gav's like,
Will be forever
yes, we knew all along, sadly.
All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo.
Isn't a galley a
Outfitted
kitchen?
For the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half
No.
of the things you claim.
I think a galley is a kitchen on a ship.
But until
So you could
tonight,
work in the
only a
galley
fool
on the
would
galley?
believe my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
A galley is a type of ship that's too small to have a kitchen.
Your own, of
What about a
course.
galleon?
You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
A galley kitchen is a long, narrow kitchen. See?
Say no more about it, eh?
I told you. But I think it's also called a galley on a ship. I worked on commercial ships. The galley is the general commune area that also includes the kitchen. Say, they worked on commercial ships. I told you.
This about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy.
Me when I find one person that agrees with me. I've been on 3 Disney cruises, okay? Don't talk to me about nautical terms. The stern, the bow, the fucking keel, the anchor, starboard, port, the bridge, the Walt Disney Theater where they perform the Golden Mickeys on day 2. The fire on Pirate Night? That's true. That's true. Which side is starboard? It's the right side, because port is the left side, because port has the same number of letters as left.
Over there.
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space.
Here's my impression of men describing the location of something. Oh yeah, it's west of Maine. Brother, I don't know what the hell that means.
Monsters.
Men describing how they were driving. I was driving northbound on Canby. Is that up or down, dumbass?
Because once they learned that
Sorry,
the
certified
lash
Jill
would not
moment.
move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung a sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all.
Me before Crank 2 High Voltage came out.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path.
Anyone else think Jill is giving
To
Oppenheimer
live
right
on
now?
my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with
Love the shirt today, NL. Thank you, it's lavender.
And when you do,
She's all like, oh, I am become death, destroyer of worlds. Relax, lady, you make ice. Like, it's something every refrigerator does, straight out of the box now.
Clive, I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Bro has 0 riz. He literally put his hand on her shoulder and said, chin up. He put his hand on her shoulder and said, damn, that's crazy. Anyway, we might as well tuck in. We got a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
August was worried that something had been weighing on
You
your
remember when a chatter said, why are you glancing? Nobody's talking in over here. I've, that moment lives rent-free in my head for sure. Like, the view count for Final Fantasy 16 is not good, but chat's batting above their weight class.
What's so bad about that?
Like, it might be a 3,500 viewer stream, but it's like a 8,000 viewer chat right now. Sometimes I'll be playing like Super Auto Pass, it'll be like 8,000 viewer stream, and it'll be like a 3,000 viewer chat. I appreciate people keeping the activity up. Small streamers are built different, man. I can't imagine playing through 35 hours of a game that's 80% cutscenes, and then like chat has like one message every 2.5 minutes. Like I couldn't do it, honestly. You're built from stronger stuff.
I keep an eye on Goots and masterpiece of level
You
work.
get used to it. Oh no.
Tougher than anyone.
I know what it's like though. It's like the worst feeling when you like. No streamer will tell you this, but they all feel it. If you look at chat and then you focus on the game for 2 minutes, and then you look at chat and it's the same message that's like most recent in chat, it's like soul destroying. You're like, hey, if you had to choose a superpower for your dad to have when he fucked your mom, what would it be? And then you're like, oh, my 2 viewers just left. No! Just something to get some chat activity going on. That's a good point. I guess because you gotta click the button to say I'm over 18 to watch this mature stream for adults only. It weights chat more towards active chatters because they were looking at the screen. Whereas, like, and I do this all the time too. Sometimes when I got like some admin work to do, I'll like find a stream to watch, and then I'll put it on my right monitor and just like not pay attention to it at all for like 2 hours. Just like when you had the Amazon Prime Canada watch along. Oh, you mean when we watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of Alex Rider, available now on Amazon Prime Video, but in Canada only?
Tell me something though. The bleeding hell was
Wait, is that
exciting.
getting a show?
Somewhere in Sambrec,
Came out
maybe.
2 years ago.
That was it.
I literally watched it on stream. You
without
weren't here?
At least you admit it.
We really could have used you that day.
Can't sniff out who
When are
he
we
is and
watching
where he's
Wipeout
hiding.
again? Listen, I insult myself and elevate myself in equal parts, I would say. I do remember one time on the Roundtable podcast, it must have been 2015 or 2016, people were talking about watch parties coming to Twitch. Or maybe it was on Check the Wire, actually, now that I think about it, with Dan. So like 2019. I said that like in a few years, the biggest thing on Twitch is just going to be people watching TV shows, reacting to content nonstop. And people were like, I don't think so. Final Fantasy 16's coming out. Well, I was wrong about watch parties, but that's because watch parties were integrated legally. So you can only watch them if you're from like the right region that the Amazon platform has the right to also stream to them. And then like there's a lot of hoops they have to jump through. What I didn't account for was streamers literally saying like, fuck it, I don't care if I lose my career. I'm just going to watch like Netflix on stream. And that illegal content has now become like the biggest streaming category on the internet. Fast travel to the south? What am I? A really good high school football prospect looking for a collegiate career that could springboard me into the NFL? You ever see the picture of the LSU football locker room versus the picture of the LSU library? The locker room actually looks like a spaceship. And then the library has like a bunch of plastic sheets catching the rainwater. Oh, where the fuck am I? And like dripping it into buckets. LSU library is the new drip king. So true, especially when Baby Gronk commits there. I'm telling you, my ass knows how to get around my city. I don't live in Lost Wing, okay? I live in Vancouver. Ask me how to get from... trying to think of a landmark downtown. Ask me how to get from 2 Vancouver landmarks to each other. From one Vancouver landmark to another. Your house in the arena? From the art gallery to your house? No. Not those. Not those. Not those. UBC to North Van? Fucking drive up West 4th to the east. Then you're gonna turn left and take the Burrard Street Bridge. You're gonna take Burrard down to West Georgia, turn left on West Georgia to head northwest. And then you're just gonna follow that until you merge onto the Lionsgate Bridge. Guess what? Your ass is in North Vancouver. What if I don't have a car? Okay, fucking get on a bus at the bus loop that takes you to any SkyTrain station. Ride the SkyTrain station. Ride the SkyTrain to Waterfront Station and then take the C bus to North Vancouver. Lonsdale Quay. What if I'm broke? Well, then you have my permission to hop the fare gates. If you gotta go, you gotta go. How do I get to a good sushi spot? Well, if your ass is at UBC, you just fucking go on West 4th. Ride on West 4th until you see a sushi restaurant called Hitaway. It's a little underrated gem in the Kitsilano region.
Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he...
Is Vancouver grid-based? It's pretty grid-based.
And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the
Twitch
trade
watching their revenue tick up 0.001% in exchange for chatters giving me $1 to put "cum" as a pinned message for 60 full seconds. Oh man. Couldn't just raise the price of a subscription by like 9 cents or something like that? It's been $4.99 since the Obama administration. We've had years of like 11% inflation over the time, but you couldn't just raise the subscription price by like 9 cents. You had to add super chats. Stop, don't give them any ideas. I'm just saying. It's $4.99 already for a service that doesn't do anything. Yeah, but if you're already paying $4.99 for nothing, like what's $5.19 for nothing? I'm just trying to generate ideas to keep this website alive, okay? Which voice? Nails, 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 testicles, 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 testicles. Nails, nails. Streamers be like, I don't see why Twitch should get 30% of my profits from my hard work, their hard work. Watching 90 Day Fiancé while a pirated AI voice module reads text-to-speech donations that say, you saved my life in a Joe Biden voice. Hang on, give me a moment here. I gotta check and see what's going on with my wife here. It's like I think she's en route to home right now. She's not streaming today? Don't let me be the last to know. Nothing worse than thinking you went overtime and then slash markering and realizing it was just the length of like a normal stream. Oh no, Kate found the piss drawer. Okay, well if she's not streaming today, I'm gonna get out of here. I got some packing to do. I won't be live tomorrow. We're moving tomorrow. Plus, I don't even need to tell you. Picked up my daughter from daycare on Friday. Daycare provider said, hey, just so you know, I'm taking Wednesday off. I need a personal day. My ass looking at the calendar, realizing Wednesday was the day we were moving. We specifically booked it that day so that our daughter would be at daycare so we wouldn't have to, you know, wrangle her while also moving heavy boxes and dealing with the moving truck. Oh, sure, no problem. No problem. I'm just a little worm. No problem. Anyway, we're moving tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday. I might be a little late on Thursday. As mentioned, briefly, until the furniture in my new office gets set up, I have to commute from the new place to the place that we still have. So I gotta go, this house is temporarily, you know, escalator temporarily stairs. This house is temporarily office. I don't know if that's okay from like a zoning standpoint, but that's the way it's working for like a week and a half until I get a desk in my new place. Can we get a cat tower? I think there's going to be a cat tower. I think you're going to have a great view of the Peloton as well. Anyway, we should be back on Thursday, but I will be here on Thursday. I don't need a week to get a desk. We already got the desk, but then when we bought the desk, I was like, how soon could you have it delivered? And then the motherfucker was like, oh, we're taking deliveries for the first week of July right now. I'm like, ah, you fucker.
Took my bike to the lake. Brought my shovel, brought my rake. Took my boy to the swing. Let him swing, let them ring. Bought my friends Italian beef. Make them fart and make them queef. Abraham Lincoln was governor here. Only a steel man can be enough. You know what I'm talking about? Sufjan Stevens?